talk by Texas Governor Rick Perry that his state could secede from the Union. Mr. DeLay, what do you make of Rick Perry? Is it a plate of nut country?
Come on, Chris. This is a governor standing up for the sovereignty of his state. Somebody needs to speak up about the incredible usurpation of power that's going on in Washington, D.C. People are outraged by it. We saw it at the Tea Parties yesterday. The governor is standing up and fighting for what he believes in, and certainly fighting like a Texan.
You can't secede from the Union.
Texas was a republic. It joined the Union by treaty. There's a process in the treaty by which Texas could divide into 5 states. If we invoke that, the United States Senate would kick us out and nullify the treaty, but they're not going to allow 10 new Texas senators into the Senate. That's how you secede.
Can we straighten this out? Can Texas secede from the Union?
No, they can't secede.
Well, why is he talking about it? That's the kind of talk we heard in 1861. No, that's what killed 600,000 Americans. Why is he talking like this?
Chris, we have a treaty, as I explained.
That's nut talk. That's nutty. Why are you talking like this, Tom? Mr. DeLay, you know this isn't a real conversation. This is not serious business.
You're the one that brought it up.
Why are you? Because the governor of your state is still talking about it. I'm asking you, is he out to lunch here?
He's standing up for the sovereignty of the state of Texas.
In 1861, Texas seceded from the Union. We had the Civil War. It was forced back into the Union at gunpoint by federal troops. Seems insane to begin this conversation all over again.
Chris, this is so typical of you.
Look, everybody else watching him right now, Tom, is saying all hat and no head. People shouldn't be talking like this, no matter where they're from. And you're out here trying to say those words were put in his mouth.
Nothing to do with seceding from the Union. Talking about the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, standing up for the sovereignty of Texas. He's just speaking for the people of Texas. Enough is enough, and we ain't going to take it no more.
So when he says, Mr. DeLay, that he'd like to stay in the Union, what does he mean by that? He'd like to stay in the Union, but...
What that means is we'd like to stay in the Union, but we're going to stand up for the sovereignty of Texas.
But we'd like to stay in the Union.
We're going to fight for our rights.
Okay.
We're going to fight for the rights of Texas.
To have a guy loosely talking about leaving the Union, about invoking some old Texas treaty, it just seems like loony talk. Through the Bush administration, the government money, the debt went rising and rising. And there wasn't this talk of secession or leaving the Union or this incredible radical talk. Why is it coming now because we have a Democratic president?
It comes all the time in the state of Texas. Texans are Texans, and they fight for their sovereignty and fight for the Constitution of the United States.
Tom DeLay, thank you very much for joining us tonight.